Hey, we're live in this motherfucker. Hey, hey, hey. Hey guys, how you doing? It's your boy, Quinn with the Moses, and this is Gossip News and True Crime Network, where we are gonna be talking about the Mark, the Mark Terry, and the hypocrisy of double standards and selective outrage. Now, I know a bunch of y'all. I want to go say hi. Let me look at my side chat. Hey, Heaven Sent, Matt, J Love, Charlotte Reb, Evil Karen Cat Ninja. Girl, what you doing being evil? There goes my girl Courtney. Yes. Give me Karen, that's fine. She wants to be negative, she don't gotta be here. Hey Mojo, how you doing, boo? How you doing, boo? How you doing? How you doing, boo? So, what were we gonna be talking about today is Mark. Cause Mark has been running his goddamn mouth. And I'm about damn goddamn tired. And if you a cheap seat, and I wanna say this, if y'all wanna hit the link, if some of y'all wanna jump on this panel, I'm dropping the link. I'm gonna let some of y'all come up on this path. Oh, we're gonna have to talk. Oh, yes. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Gigi. Hey, hey. Yes, G Mangos. This stream is gonna be longer than 30 minutes because ain't no Mark up here to ruin this motherfucking stream. This is my one and done with you, Mark Terry, cause you done morally fucked up. You said you're done with me, yet you send me. Yeah, Mojo, I saw that he tried to give you that. Yeah, I saw he when he gave you that wrench trying to mod you up and bring you back into the group. Hey, Julia. Hey, G. Hey, Heather. Hey, she. Don't you say Princess. We ain't doing that today. We're here in positivity. Now let's do this. Now, Mark. I I understand you're in your no feelings because you got everyone abandons you, but that's your fault. My main issue with you, Mark, is the fact of you blocked me for no apparent reason. Then you decide to follow me back and send me links to your streams where you would say you were private, but then you're alive. You're alive. And you're gonna tell me that I need to get my ass on panel Jaguar. Guess what? The Jaguar over here now. And you're not allowed to hop on panel. So either you can glow up or shut the fuck up on your panel. Because I don't give a damn. Hey, Anne Marie, how are you? Heather, he's the biggest flip flopper of all. Over here trying to act all big and bad because he ain't got no followers. Mark, right now, your channel is full of troll accounts. Troll accounts, which I say have said funny things in your side chat and they don't pay you no money. They ain't buying no memberships. Your members that you had, you treated them horribly. As I remember, you treated Miss Amy horribly, you treated Heavenson horribly, your your bro and your best friend G Mangles you treated horribly, you treated Ray Ray horribly, you treated me horribly, you treated a whole bunch of us motherfucking dirty. Motherfucking dirty. And I'm not surprised, Mark, because all you do is lie and deceit, and you act kind of like a victim. You want to act like you care and that you care about the community and that you love your friends when you don't care about nothing but that cash. You don't care nothing about that cha-ching, and you will use your friends as a way to get over on them, no matter what the fuck they do to you. Whenever we support you, you use us for money. And Mark, guess what? I don't give a damn. I ain't worth no money, and I ain't worth your mental breakdowns. I'm gonna say this, Mark. Your racist comments to me when you have called me your chocolate drop. You called me BBC. You called me a black-faced baboon. I don't care if you call me a buffoon or I don't care if you call me a baboon. The fact that you called me blackface, you went at my race, which I have never done to you, Mark. I've never said that this man is whiter than snow. He looks like he on drugs. I don't say none of that shit about you. But you can call me a black-faced baboon with your sacred hateful little ass. Your large ass needs to get off that bed and get a motherfucking job. Really, that's what you need. You need a job. Jojo, don't read that email. Put that thing on block. We ain't doing no apology tours. There is no such thing as an apology tour that you can do to make up for the shit that you have done, Mark. You talk horribly about Amy. You talk horrible about Heaven Sent. You talk bad about Mojo. You talk bad about Lyndy, yet you claim that you respect and love Lyndy live. You tell all of us that we don't do shit and that we don't care about our friends. Yet we're over here writing for you when you have done the most terrible shit of all, trying to give you advice, tell you what you need to do better. And I understand people are gonna be like, well, Quinn, he's going through a lot. He's lost a lot of shit. And how many of that was his fault? He's upset because Tracy left him, which was his own damn fault. He's mad about losing his apartment, which is his own damn part. He's mad about his friendship with the beating of Shane, which he did on his own panel. And if you have not checked the subscription, go to Lindy's video where she clipped it, and please watch it and please share it around the universe because we don't need that negativity up in this bitch. And I'm glad that we got the happy Pride Month, y'all. I'm glad we got these Pride things. Now let's get back on track because there are two topics that I want to talk about. The double standards that some people put on Mark, on that Mark is not allowed to not do, but other people are allowed to do. Well, people are allowed not to say things that Mark can go right off and not have no trouble for its consequences. Also, Steve, I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you. I don't hate you at all, Steve. I'm just saying you co-signing Mark calling me a blackface buffoon and saying that he called me a buffoon, and you and Lana laughing about it in the side chat at G's, not cool. Okay. I don't laugh about things about you. And I know a bunch of you are going to be like, Quinn, that's hypocrisy because of what you did to Lana. Look, what I did to Lana was wrong. We all know the shit. I have apologized several times. And Lena, if you're listening, which I know you are, because you're going to be in the drama community for a while, because you came here long before then, Lena, I'm sorry. I am truly sorry that you were insulted by what I said to you. I should have never threatened to beat your ass, okay? I should have never have said that. Oh, Kimberly Starr, don't get me started on your ass, because last time I checked, you and me were good. So, honey, either you can check your mouth and sit back and watch, because this is not the stream for you to get into your business. Kimberly, didn't we let you back into the community? You know what, Kimberly? How about you take a link? Come up on panel, Kimberly, please. Please. You gotta say something. Please hop on the panel. Is that you, Kim? Because I don't know if that's Kim, but if that's not Kim, then I don't know who wants to start this beef with me. Kimberly. Oh, Fupa, is that you? Fupa.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, no, you're fine. Cause I already just started my ranting on Mark. Cause he done pissed me off this week.
You
Cause
think?
Mark has
Yeah, people.
he has pissed off a lot of people, but apparently he's been sending me Zoom links telling me that they're private, but he's live.
Okay, so he's sending you privates, but then saying, come to my live?
No, he's saying they're private, but then when I go to his channel, he's live on the same link.
Oh, okay, I get it. I get it.
Okay. Oh wait, never mind. That is not Kimberly K. I'm my bad, Kimberly. My bad. I thought that was you for a second. I didn't. There was there was a Kimberly account that came in. I was about to go off on Kimberly, but that's not Kimberly. My bad, Kimberly. You're good. Me and Kimberly are good. But Mark, your racial comments are they have been getting work. You've been saying them for years. For years, you've been saying them. What you call Nova the N word, Nora the N word with a hard R. You made your comment to a black man when you met Camilo and said chicken and watermelon. Fried chicken and watermelon, may I be exact.
Okay,
And
my point about okay, so I this is what I've been hearing, Quinn. A lot of people saying, well, him saying a okay, let's just say for argument's sake that Mark said buffoon, not baboon. The fact that you have to point out it's a black face. So if it was a white person, would Mark have said your white face? No, that's not how it goes. Um,
it's not.
it is a proven fact by all of your more intelligent people in the world with discussions on racism that pointing out someone's color in a conversation when the color has no bearing on what it is you're saying, there's no point to it. That is a racist thing, whether we acknowledge it or not, or don't see it as racism, it is racism. We are lessening the person by saying that Mexican or that black guy. It's like a white joke almost between people, like, hey, it was a black guy, meaning it didn't matter. Ha 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 ha. You guys can acknowledge it or not, play it off or not. I'm intelligent enough to know racism when I hear it. And here's my second point on that subject. It's not just one comment that Mark has made in a 2 week. We're not even going to talk about the 3 years he's been here. Let's just talk about the last 2 weeks. He called, take the body of his work, the body of his racism he has spewed, the joke about fried chicken and watermelon to a black man in a restaurant, the blackface buffoon or baboon comment, either way you want word you want to add to it at the end, calling Nikki, I think, or Nova, one of the other girls.
Nora. It was Nora.
Nora. Okay, the N with a hard R doesn't matter to me. Hard R or A at the end. It's still the same word. And it's still racism to me when a black person uses it. The word in
Hmm.
itself in any variation is still racism. Now, if you're in a conversation, context does matter, and you're talking about racism, such as we are, sure, say the word because you're not using it in a negative or as a cut down. You're discussing it. You're discussing what is racism and what isn't. But if there's a few other incidents in there where Jake, where he was telling about his heritage one night. So on the
Hmm.
panel, if somebody's Mr. T starts screaming, ain't you the N word? Yeah, it's okay. He claims he is saying the soft A at the end. It's still the same word, just shortened and put in like a cute little lingo so that it's acceptable to keep saying. That's all that is, you guys. I know
Yep.
racism when I hear it. And what I've
Taylor.
heard out of Mark for the last few weeks is racism. When you take the whole of it, not just one comment on its own is whatever. It's his whole
Hey Taylor.
Hey,
body of
T.
work with the word race, N word and everything he's been doing. Hi,
Right.
Taylor.
Hey. What's up, y'all?
Nothing much.
Well,
I
just having a discussion.
I heard I was hearing it, and you guys are doing great. I thought I'd just chime in and, be my little self over here.
right. And I want to say this. Lindy is so right. Mark's never going to change.
Correct.
Hey, hey, Ray Ray.
Ray Ray.
Love you too, Kimberly Star. I love you too. She's right. They're never going to change. Mark is never going to change. Mark has done this for so long that he's shown his real self.
The man is
He
54 years old, people. He's not a 20 something or a teen learning his little hard lessons and how to treat people and the way the world works. He's 54 years old. He's at end of life. I'm 52. I'm at end of life. I am more now who I will be, and you'll never change it. I still try to do. I still try to recognize things about myself and tweak it or fix it a little bit, but I am who I am. So is Mark.
right, and that's where I come into the picture. Is like you could if you call someone a baboon or a buffoon, use the word, but don't specify a person's color. Because who's gonna say you white faced buffoon?
No,
That doesn't
nobody
work.
says that.
No one has ever said that to a white. If it's a white person, they say the word buffoon. For Mark, when he sees a black person, he decides to call them by their color. As I remember exactly, he called Nicole something a year before he called me a blackface buffoon. Baboon, buffoon. They're pretty close to the same word.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting about the whole Nicole thing that he kept doing there for a while about her lips and all that. I'm
Right.
sorry, Nicole, that I totally forgot that he was doing that to you. Add that to his body of work lately with the racism.
Yep. Because I'm trying to remember what word did he call Ray. Gail is allowed to be in here. We're not here to be drunk, to fight with each other. We're here for one reason, and that is Mark. Well, Mark and double standards and selective outrage. Very selective outrage. Ray Ray, we're not doing this today. We're not fighting today, Ray Ray. Behave. Heal. Please.
Wait, who's Gail? What happened?
Uh,
Don't leave
Gail
me
is
with the
a
drama. We're getting sidebarred. Hold on. Don't let me do that because I accidentally did that. I didn't mean to do it
Ray
on
Ray.
purpose.
Taylor, I will explain to you later. I
Okay.
will explain all that later.
Okay.
Hey, Mike. Where were we? What were we talking about before this all happened? We're talking about the racism thing. Yes.
Nicole.
Nicole. I feel bad for Nicole because I remember that happening. Because Mark clearly called, I'm trying to remember what word he called Nicole because it was something. And I don't know what the word was. I, he,
A big-lipped bullfrog, I heard him say. I'm
he
sure
called
there
her a
was other
bull.
things.
I think he basically called her an ape. Yes.
Probably.
I think that's what I heard. That's what I remember seeing in the side chat once that he said that Mark called her basically called her an ape. And I know I'm surprised we got 41 people in here. And Mark, I know you may be watching this, and so you can watch. I'm saying my piece on it because I'm tired of people speaking. I'm tired of what you're saying is that you're fine with your friends. You're fine with them when you need them for convenience. Because as I remember, at Steve's on Wednesday, you had everyone on block and you were saying hi to everybody. And when they weren't talking to you, you decided to go on a strike mode and brought everyone all over again. Like you cannot. You blocked everyone, and you know it. You treated Ray Ray horrible, and I'm pretty sure she worked on your channel for you. She made your stuff for you for your channel, and you can't treat her with respect. A lot of us have shared your streams and promoted your ass, and we get treated like chopped liver because I know your game, Mark. You want successful YouTubers. That's why you try to latch yourself onto G with Jake. You're trying to do that with Steve. I have no problems with Steve. Me and Steve, we're not water and vinegar. We may not get along ever again. What I have a problem with is after the fact that it was concluded that he did call me blackface. He used blackface in it. Lena was in the side chat, and I have apologized to Lena so many times. She literally joked and said, "Well, the buffoon is almost compliment. It's not a compliment. It's an insult. To call someone a buffoon is insulting their intelligence." And I already know why this double standard thing is being put up because it also comes with the fact that Mark beat up Shane, and I don't care how many people say that. Well, they were just roughhousing. It's what men do. No, Shane was on a bed. I've watched that video so many times because it is ingrained in my head. Shane was laying on a bed. Mark told him to do something. He said, "No, I'm not your N word." And Mark decided to beat him and teach him a lesson. Me and Shane are not friends, but I have compassion for somebody that's realized when a man is getting beat up and he's telling you to stop, stop, Mark, stop. What the hell? And then you're gonna go on a live stream later on and say, "Well, I didn't want to hurt you. If I wanted to, I would have punched you in the face." No, you didn't want to hit Mark, Shane, but you hit him on your live stream because we can see your shadows. We can hear you hitting him and kicking him. And you saying, "Well, Shane kicked me." Shane probably kicked you in self-defense. Because if someone were to come up on me and beat me up and was trying to attack me and hit me, oh, I'm not letting you get away with a few licks. Nobody is. That's not how people are raised. And
I'd like
Mark, you can
to
do.
add that wound,
Go ahead.
it was a small, round, tiny bruise. If it were a kick bruise, it would be somewhat in the shape of a wide, thick foot mark or shoe mark. That wound, when you guys heard something shatter and break, there was a table, an end table in between the beds. Mark got hit in the inside of his elbow, that was on the inside of his elbow, on the corner of that table. That's what the big shatter and stuff breaking was. That was not from Shane. Take it to the bank.
Right. It's not. I remember. Shane, he tried to say that kick came from Shane.
No, that was a little round. It was small and round, perfectly round. No kick from a foot is going to leave a little tiny, what are you nailing with this one pinky toe? I mean, come on. It was,
Even
if you guys remember in the video, you hear shattering the table. You could hear that.
yes,
That was
I
his
remember that.
arm. When he was swinging on Shane, his arm caught and hit that corner of that table. I'm sorry, Quinn, for interrupting.
No, you're fine. You are absolutely fine because you were there. You watched it. I
I
want
watched
your
it
input
many
on it.
times. I watched it many times, and that just forensics alone, if you look into it, there's no way that that was a foot mark on his arm. That was a tiny little round, perfectly round spot. That was the corner of
Right.
that table, because you can hear the thing shatter and break within
And
the
look,
seconds.
I want to say this. Some people are saying that it was an act. It's just them roughhousing. That is abuse. Regardless of how anyone feels, if it's domestic or they're not living in the same house, they're on a road trip together.
Wait, but what
They are.
part of his body? What part of his? Sorry, Gwen. It just came to my mind, and it just is. I don't know why, but like, what part of his body hit the table?
It's right on the inside of his elbow,
Like
right
right,
by the elbow.
You know where the elbow you have that right underneath your elbow when you can bend your arm. That mark is right in
It's
between
not
there.
on the outside on your pointy hard elbow bone, but it's
But
like right around the corner
okay,
on
I'm
the
gonna take.
elbow.
So like I'm saying, I feel like it's right around here because
Yeah,
it's like right in this area. You can see this
yeah,
small perfect circle,
exactly.
and and I will say Shane was scared, and we see later on in the stream when they're driving through Georgia, Shane has his head down. He's not Mark Shane doesn't want any trouble on the stream back from Georgia, from Florida back to Alabama. Shane was literally kept quiet and was trying to appease Mark. That's issue. Shane got beat up, and we're saying that Mark didn't beat him. It was they were roughhousing, men being men. I know, men being men, that you don't drag someone off the bed. You don't try to drag someone off the bed 3 times. Get them on the floor and start beating them where they're telling you to stop and quit. And you can hear the scaredness in his voice. You don't go and you can say that, well, it's not domestic abuse because they're not living in the same household. It's still domestic. They're living in they were what in a hotel room, motel room together. It's still violence.
Well, I
It's
guess
still
what Quinn, we're maybe dragging those facts and making that like the issue here. The issue is why you're upset about it because people are comparing your words, which I'm sorry who this makes angry, but it's just words. Quinn didn't pull any action, any physical abuse on anybody, versus he's having the Mark incident with Shane thrown at him, saying, well, shut up, you have no opinion because of your words to somebody. No, those are two different things. I don't ever get upset what someone says to me. And I know people get mad at me because I don't get into an uproar when a guy says this to a woman or to another man, the threats. Even when Mark recently just threatened me, I was never the one that even mentioned it. I didn't care about it. I still don't care. It's just words. Now, the day he shows up here with actual actions, then we'll
hmm
talk. Then you'll see me in what I need to do and how I feel about it. But just words are nothing compared to Mark beating his friend.
right.
That's our point about it. Quinn, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm trying to set on the subscriber mode.
Okay, I don't want you to get kind of off balanced here on trying to prove what Mark did. The video proves
Yes,
it. We're right
the video
hands
proves
down.
it.
I don't care who disagrees with us. We are in the right when it comes to Mark in that video. The proof
Right.
is
And
there.
look,
He's admitted it.
and this is what I'm saying. There's selective outrage. This is the selective outrage I'm talking about. What I said to Lena, yes, it was wrong. Is words. Anyone knows me. I'm skinny as hell. I can't drive nowhere, so I don't know how was I supposed to get to Atlanta to do this. Mark literally does violent stuff. We know he has a history of violence. He said violent stuff to people. So for me to get held to a condemned part because I threatened to beat up a woman, Mark actually beats up somebody and realized, oh, it's not the same thing because it's a man beating up a man. Even Tara called it perfectly on her stream when she said, "I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be putting your hands on nobody," which is true. I don't care if you're male or female, you should not be putting your hands on nobody.
Yeah, it's two different issues. If we're going to talk about actual physical violence, let's talk about it in the context of actual physical violence. If we want to go at Quinn and discuss with him his wrongs for words towards women, let's just talk about it and keep it there.
Yeah.
Use a different example, like maybe someone versus someone else talking shit, like two men talking shit together. Okay, that's going to be seen as less harmful. I get it. But you cannot take apples and oranges and compare them together. It's just not going to work.
Well, and that's the
Right.
thing. I think a lot of the times when you see something like that happen, and I'm not like putting blame on anybody or even referencing this situation, I'm referencing shit as a whole. When you see shit like that happening, it's usually because, the other person really doesn't have any other ground, or maybe the other parties don't really have any grounds to stand on, and there's like that's all that could be said, right? And I'm not accusing anybody, seriously, I'm not. I'm just saying this is what I've observed over the years. And so oftentimes you'll see this same issue but with various different topics in many different communities, and it's wild how each individual community has its different way of handling it, right? And then some are similar to others. And I would say we've never, I mean, at least I have never experienced something like this where you see someone beat someone else up on a camera. I've never seen that before until Mark. Of course, I've heard of it. We've all heard of it happening in other places, I'm sure. And maybe you've seen it in other streams or been, a part of it or something like that. I don't know. But for me, I know that that's a hard line. I cannot go back from, like, I just can't go back and see, like, and hang out and feel normal and to be free in myself. Because here's why. I don't know. I would always be on guard. I would always be fearful of what was going on in the back streams. Like, is he going to get into another fight? That's just me, and I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want that on me, that you're guilty by association type of thing, I guess, is going on around in the communities now. And I don't want to have that on me.
Yeah, well, it's a
Right.
personal choice. My personal choice is not to go in there because I don't feel all warm and fuzzy anymore around him. I don't look at him. I don't see more good than bad in him anymore. I now see more bad versus good, and that's where I made my choice not
That's
to go back.
and that's how I feel. I think mm, I don't even feel like Mark cares about what he's done. He's even said on streams before that Shane got what he deserved.
I know. I've
I'm
heard
not
it.
gonna
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a part of a channel where you're going to say that, oh, someone deserved to got beat, because
Correct.
that's just vile.
There's that. I mean,
It's
I was
vile.
there when that happened. He came on and he said some stuff, he was boasting about it. And that to me, was just like, fam, I can't be doing this shit online, man. Like, I can't just fucking hang around that.
Right.
Like beating somebody up and then going on a stream later on that evening and saying, "Oh yeah, it's for fun. It was trolling. It was whatever." I can't even remember. It was such a whirlwind that night, to be totally honest. But all I remember was just my jaw hitting the floor a good couple of times.
Well, let me
Hmm.
dispel this too. So Mark is also famous for saying, and that's a big thing right now for him. I am an I'm a character on here. I'm playing a character. He's taking on the noodles thing now. I'm playing a character. This is all comedy. None of it's real. So you're telling me when he befriended us behind the scenes, took it off of YouTube to take us in confidence, talk to us, get private feelings about our lives and situations. That was still what? A character and for YouTube, even though it wasn't on YouTube. No, that's a crock of crap. You're using
Hmm.
your friends that you took off of YouTube to be friends with, and you threw it all and exposed it all up on the channel. And you're telling me that the beating of Shane was what, comedy and just acting? Bullshit. This has not been comedy and just a character you're playing. This is you, Mark.
Right. And I totally agree with you, Koopa. If people were outraged when I said something to Lena, then people should be outraged what Mark did to Shane.
Well, there is always going
And
to be selective outrage. Because I mean,
right.
I could list off 10 fucking rapid speed talking incidences where, it's been exactly this, but a different situation.
I can agree. And look, and I'll say this. Do I run my mouth a lot? Yes. Everyone does on YouTube. We all say shit that we don't mean to say. What I said to Lena was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I
And I
agree.
know most people think that I'm not really becoming genuine because of my personality. I am, as I can say, sassy. I can be dismissive. I have a little bit of arrogance, and I'm working on it. Hell, I made a fucking mistake. What do you want me to do? Burn on a cross? We all have made horrible mistakes that we all still have to pay for.
There's not one
And
person here that it hasn't made a mistake or, two or a few. I'm just saying it. We all have. But here's the difference. Repeating those mistakes, not listening to, the word no and being like, told leave me alone. Those are mistakes, right? So if that's ever said, do what the person is asking because, that's an issue. And just try our best. People are people, okay? But like in the sense of like what you're seeing with like physical violence on a stream, man, now that's different. Maybe there needs to be something else. Maybe stresses in life need to kind of die down a little bit for him so that he doesn't have moments like this and he can work on himself. I feel like, I try to fix people. That's always been my thing. And I feel like it's been a huge bane of my existence, to be totally honest, because I feel like giving advice, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to insert myself in that area.
Oh, and let me address Noodles up on Steve's panel the other day, blaming us as his Mark's friend, who we've never met in real life. Okay, this bullshit with Mark just changed when the wife left. Let me remind people. I went back through my DMs. When I first used to talk in the private DMs with Mark, it was under the Mrs. T account. Wow, what a gentleman, sweetheart, no bullshit. And then a year later, when we go into the era of right before she left and then after she left, if I could show you guys, wow, what a difference. This has really elevated his the whole change has really elevated. The BS is elevated. The level of grossness is elevated. So Noodles, you met the guy. You sat there and talked about how you saw there was so much wrong with him and you'll never judge him because of it. Why didn't you people feed him or go see him? You know what, Noodles, why don't you've been friends with him the whole time. If you're so concerned and so close and worried about his welfare, why aren't you doing it, Noodles? You would be the one that seen it firsthand, went through that with him, had him in your home. You're the one responsible more than us. And I don't even hold you responsible, Noodles, but before you can hold us who have never met the man in real life responsible, you would be up there at the top number one, buddy. You're the one out of all of us on YouTube that would be responsible. So step
yep.
up, handle your friend, get them some help, and stop blaming others who have never seen it in real life or dealt with it. You did.
And look, and I see what happens. It says here, it's talking about Mark said that he had to protect himself from Shane because Shane was crazy and Mark feared for his life. I've seen Shane on panel. Shane is skinnier than Mark. He may be a little bit taller than Mark, but Mark is heavier than him. Mark is close to weighing 300 pounds.
Yeah,
Because all he's doing.
Shane is not taller than Mark. Shane
And I
is
have to be honest. Sorry.
Okay.
That was a bad mode. That was a
Go
bad mode.
ahead.
But it's because look, when we are okay, I don't know how to say this. How do I say this? How do I articulate this to where I don't get completely crucified? Okay. When you're getting attacked and you have adrenaline running through your body, you're going to be able to fight back with the type of strength that you wouldn't necessarily have had if you were just in a sitting position with a resting heart rate in a normal, state. So I'm just saying, like, although people like to look at the outward body and how big is the person, how small is the person, and that does matter. Yes, it does. But if he wanted to protect himself, I'm sure he could have. Okay, I really think that. I do, because of what chemically happens. Now, you all can hate me if you want to hate me for saying that. It is what it is. But our body does go through things when we are getting physically attacked at a certain chemical level that helps strength and helps, fight or flight and all this other stuff. And I know people are like, oh my fucking God, Taylor, oh, how dare you? But it's just science, dude.
Yes, it is science. But I want to say this. And I agree with what you said, Taylor. I do. But I also think at a point in time, we also got to remember what Mark's freaking Shane literally what I'm trying to figure out. Shane has drug charges. He doesn't have nothing for violence. So Shane can go ahead. So Mark could have been scared for his life, but it's an act. We all know Mark. Mark is willing to use anything as an excuse to excuse himself from his behavior. His he says, "Well, I have mental health issues. Everyone has mental health issues. You can control yours. You know exactly when you get hyped up, and you decide to go ahead and continue it. Well, meanwhile, the rest of us who actually have mental health issues work through our issues and decide not to go off at people at random and decide to say horrible shit that no one can take back."
To Bogey's mama, yes, we've always known Mike is a teller, tells lies, but you could always negate that as, oh, comedy on YouTube, foolishness with his stories about serial killers trying to murder him, and all the buffoonery. But what happened was recently is he has now turned on the people he took off of YouTube as friends, and now is a basically lying to them and playing games, like trying to get one mad at the other, telling stories behind the scenes. Now we're seeing him with certain people on here exposing behind the scenes, not on YouTube, behind the scenes, pictures of them, people that he has their confidence. They think they're doing things in private and he's exposing it, making fun of them, telling lies. He's setting us up on panel now against
Hmm.
people. He did that, what, got caught one time with Barbie or somebody doing that.
Yes,
Well, he did it
Now
with a
it's
couple of
been
other
like a
people.
daily thing with him. That's why there's a difference in the behavior and the lies and the silliness. He wasn't using the lies to e-beg before either a year ago. Now all of a sudden he is. He's stepped his level of grossness up since his wife left, is I guess my point. He's taken
yes,
it too
because
far.
like before Tracy left, Mark was, yes, he was a liar. Yes, he said stuff that was strange. But this level of change in Mark after Tracy left, it's maybe when Tracy was around, she kept him grounded. He wasn't able to show his true colors because then everyone would see him straight up. Over this last year, maybe year and a half, he's changed. He always says, "Well, I lost my wife, I lost my house, I have nothing." Maybe, Mark, if you would have treated her with respect, helped her around the house, not been live streaming 24/7 on panel going crazy and going manic when she's trying to sleep and go to work, you would actually have kept her and you would have been able to do stuff on your own. You got kicked from your apartment because you brought people there that wasn't supposed to be there. You also probably got kicked because how loud you'd be yelling in your apartment. Like, do I feel bad for Mark? No, because he's done it to himself. And most people can say, "Well, Quinn, that's heartless of you because you usually care for everyone." There's enough how much I care until I get tired. And I'm tired of Mark. I have put I had mental health. We all know, no one really knows except for Taylor and Fupa and a few others I told. I had a breakdown on Mark when the whole thing between him going after Julia G and Rachel happened. I was on panel trying to keep stuff together, and Mark refuses to listen. And most people wonder, why do I have mental panic attacks if it's not my panel? Because I'm trying to figure out how to dissolve a situation from happening that shouldn't have happened to begin with. Because Julia said nothing of the fact that deserved for her to get banned. G didn't say nothing to deserve him getting blocked and hit.
Well, I feel like this is such wasted energy when we're constantly saying, well, you were friends with them for so long, making us re-explain things over and over. It's just causing conflict, extra conflict into the situation, unnecessary. Look, Mark just in the last few months has ramped up to being to a point that we couldn't take it anymore. He wasn't listening to us when we would talk to him about it. He was blowing us off, regardless of how long we were friends with him or not. We see it now. He finally has reached and crossed our lines. What now? Everybody's lines are going to be different, guys. Some people have no tolerance, others have little, others have a lot. I have a lot of tolerance, apparently. Um,
Also,
just know that
I would,
we finally made the move. Let's not argue
also,
about how long it took.
also, Kimmy K says if y'all was that you addressed Kimmy K's comment in the side chat, right? When she
What's he
said if
saying?
y'all were over him, then stop bringing all your attention to him. Move on with your lives.
Why don't you ask your Marky Poo over there to stop talking about us then? Because I hear it an awful lot
Yeah. Also,
every stream.
Kimmy K, I had to call you out because I heard last night you and Mark were talking about me, and you said I hate whining ass bitches.
Yeah, so why don't you tell Mark and you that have nothing to do with it, Kimmy K? Why don't you guys move on? Why don't you stay out
Yeah.
of it?
Yeah. Why don't you all move on and stop being petty ass bitches? How about that much? Because as
Logic.
long as I know,
Kimmy K says she's going to speak some logic. Kimmy K, logic is go be Mark's friend, make him better. Because quit
yes,
wasting
please
your
go.
energy over here with us.
Please go.
That's logic.
Can Yes, logic. So one of your mods, can you go ahead and take Kimmy K out of here? Because I don't know why she's even part of this
Yeah.
conversation.
She's wasting her time. She's wasting our time. Go be with your friend and make it better. Good luck.
Yes, please. Yes, please go with Mark. And when Mark betrays you, you will come crawling back and apologizing. Good luck.
Okay,
Yeah.
Magda, I'm going to answer that question for her. She's going to deny this, but this is actually the psychology of people who hang around with questionable acting people, okay? People who have no moral system. Everything's okay. Beating people's okay. Bad words. Let me explain the psychology of that. So, when you go rub up against people like that and hang with them, the reason why is because you're not going to be judged, meaning you accept and know that you have really low morals, bad behavior, a bad mouth. And if you hang with those people that are worse than you're not going to be looked at, you're not going to be singled out, and you're not going to be judged by them. That's the
Hmm.
psychology behind that.
Right. And here's the strange thing. Kimmy, Kimmy K, she said things to Mark where she's gone at him for what he's done. A few hours later, she's buddy buddy with him, talking shit about people. How about you show your if you're gonna be real, be real. But I've seen where Kimmy K has said in side chats that she's not going back to Mark. She's done with him. So why is it that you say one thing in one panel, but then you hop yourself onto Mark's panel and you're besties with him? Because Mark doesn't have no one else to help him out with stuff, so you feel like it's your responsibility to help him out. Maybe Mark needs to work on himself and stop dragging people to solve his problems. Maybe Kimmy K, if you would focus on what you need to do instead of trying to help Mark with his situation, you wouldn't be pitting yourself against people who were your friends. Because as long as I remember, Kimmy, I was friends with you, Kimmy K. I had no issues with you until you started running your mouth about me when me and Mark had our falling out. When you wanted to hold me accountable for what I said to Lena, but when I hold Mark for what he said, as I remember you said, Mark has real life stuff he's dealing with when you don't. Mark may have real stuff that he's done dealing with, but he's done it himself. Like how I dug my hole with what I said to Lena, Mark did what he did when he beat up Shane, when he threatened Fupa, when he went after people who was his friends, because he had no drama. Because he wasn't getting views, he wasn't getting the money that he wanted. And that's another thing for Mark. Mark puts money over friendships. And I hate the fact that he lies, sits there and lies and says, oh, I never put money over friendship. I was good to them. They left me because they wanted to leave me and tear me down. Mark, we left because you did it to yourself. You telling having Mojo people who trashed Mojo in your panel, being friends with them and giving them wrenches, you went after JoJo, saying that ex, her, her related, her partner that was once with her had beaten her and gave her black eyes. It's horrible. And the man isn't even here. And you speaking on dead people, yet you don't like it when no one speaks about your family, but your mother. You don't like that, but you can do it to JoJo.
Wow, I didn't even know
You,
about any of that. That's really messed up, man. I'm not trying to like insert myself, but holy shit.
hmm Here's another thing. You went after Miss Amy, and Miss Amy has done nothing to you, and you started talking about her mother, and I am appalled with the fact that how you say that you want women to love you, yet you can't respect a woman. It's probably why Tracy left you because you don't have no respect for anybody but yourself.
Quinn, all she did was come in here and derailed you to get off of Mark. So take it back where it belongs.
Yes.
We let her have
So
it. She knows.
she does know. So we're great. Now I'm trying to figure out where the world was with Mark. This is why I hate getting derailed by people.
You were just discussing about going down the list of the things that happened about why you made the decision to leave.
Right. My decision to
Oh,
leave is
Cindy.
was because of I thought I'm sorry, Lyndy, that he did that to you. My reasons of it is how he has treated our his friends, his supposed friends, people who have given him money, people who have bought him memberships. The racial comments by Mark. I cannot say that I don't like my race being brought up. Yet I'm hanging out with a person who brings up a person's race constantly. His weird, creepy vibe of how he wants people to do stuff for him, and his freaking horniness that is just beyond horrifying. And the main reason why I told Mark I was done with him was because after the fact that he beat up Shane, him and Shane said he was coming to come visit me in Atlanta. One, he asked me, do I want him to come visit me in Atlanta? I said, no, call me while you're on your tour. Two, I don't know Shane. So why am I going to go and meet up with a person who I don't even know? With you and Mark, you and Shane, who I don't know. Three, after you done beat up Shane on a live stream, you think I'm really that dumb to get in a car with you and go somewhere with you for you to get mad and I get beat up?
Oh shit. I didn't even know that's in the order that it happened. I thought,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yes, the
He was
beating
in
happened,
Florida.
and then they jet out of town the next day and wanted to go meet the next day with Quinn.
Mm.
Yes. And Mark said it on a live stream. And I gotta thank Heaven Sent because Heaven Sent messaged me because she heard Mark said that he was going to come visit me and she thought I changed my mind. I haven't talked to Mark since he blocked me. And that was what? Over the weekend? That was like since Thursday when he blocked me on Google Chat for no apparent reason. So for Mark to say that he was coming to visit me was a surprise. So I went up on this panel and I told him, I'm not willing, I don't want you to see me. I'm tired. You called me up, you used my race against me. You just assaulted Shane. I don't want you nowhere around me. I don't want a violent person around me because if he gets mad because I don't do nothing that he wants, who am I supposed to call to come help me? I can call my dad, I can call the police, but if I'm with Mark and he decides to beat me up where I have marks on me and he says, well, at least I didn't punch you in the face, it's still a ruse. It still is. And I'm appalled with how people are playing it off as that what Mark does. Oh, Mark will be back at home base in a couple of days. Mark will be back at home base in a couple of months. No. At this point, we have seen his true colors. He's gone after Larry H. How many times has he gone after Turtle? Turtle. And like, Turtle is, yes, Turtle can be annoying at times. I love Turtle. I do. But what Mark has done to Turtle is beyond any cement part of cement of demented. You go after Turtle like if you're running Turtle to do tricks for you. When Turtle doesn't feel like doing what you want him to do, you go at him. You call him a whiner. Yes, Turtle whines because Turtle is tired of you treating him like he's some trained dog on a leash. We're all tired of that. Unless I understand that you said you have distanced yourself from Mark and you watch it from now and then. But tell me, Les, I want your honest opinion. From when after Tracy left till now, has Mark made a progressive change of good, or he has it gone straight downhill? Because to me, he's gone freaking downhill, and I'm not surprised. Yes, he's gone after Turtle's looks, and then says he's joking about it. He's gone after my looks, and then says, "Oh, Quinn, I'm joking. You have beautiful skin." You can't go after people. I'm not gonna. I'm not. What he did to Bridget was horrible, and me and Bridget don't get along. But I can respect somebody when they're not doing. Bridget does provoke him, but at the same time, she should not be telling Bridget to unalive herself. That's going beyond the thing. And no one, people held him accountable, but the main person that it happened on stream, it's like water under the bridge. And Steve, I'm not hating on you. I'm not mad at you. I've said my piece. I have apologized. I'm not gonna have this fighting war with you, but I don't understand why you need to have these double standards and this lack of accountability that Mark needs to take for himself. Mark doesn't take any accountability. Mark will try to put the accountability on somebody else. Oh, it's G's fault. Oh, it's Ray's fault. Oh, it's Julia's fault. Oh, it's Quinn's fault. Oh, it's Fupa's fault. Oh, it's Taylor, Turtle, everyone else but himself. Mark can't look himself in the mirror without being conceited and thinking that he's better than everyone else. I know I say a lot that I'm hard, I know I'm hot, and most people think that's conceited. Yes, I boost myself with confidence. I don't go and be willing to go tear somebody down for my own amusement. I will never do that to anybody.
Well, and I think it could be said, I know for me, I can say, you know what, Mark, if it's easier for you to understand and easier to accept why, what, when, and where, fine. I'm responsible for ending our friendship. Absolutely correct. I decided that your level of shit and grossness and beating of your friend and everything that's happened over the last however many months since your wife has left, I decided I couldn't take it anymore. So go ahead, place blame on me, let it be done. We're to blame because we couldn't handle your level of shit. There. If that makes you happy, take it, run, go be happy. Leave us alone.
Right, leave us alone. And the other thing that he does was his controlling and manipulating was the wrenches.
Ugh.
When we weren't doing what he wanted to do, when we weren't taking his side, we got our wrenches taken and we were blocked for that day or for days later.
And it
And
wasn't
then,
the fact of the wrench in the block. I mean, yeah, that in itself, okay, the taking because it was rogue mods. Okay, good and fine. Everybody's understanding of that. Mark, every time you handed the wrenches out slowly, one by one, you made comments with it like, well, I'm only giving it to big money donators, my friends and people I trust, which left
hmm
out all your good friends that you should have been trusted. So, of course, we're going to feel some type of way with those statements being said. Fuck your wrench. Nobody cares about a wrench. It's you used it for mental abuse and mental warfare against us. You picked a fight with it. You started that shit. Own it.
wait, I don't. What's Jimmy saying? He's on deleting my comment. I'm not sure what is it. Maybe YouTube does something where if a word has a certain thing, it removes it. I guess,
Yeah. Sometimes
but
it'll come up as an error, and then there's other times
yeah,
that Google will actually delete comments with certain words or phrases.
and they will give you a warning saying you may want to re-edit this. And I understand it. Mark wants the attention, he wants the fame, but what is the fame going to get him when he has lost everything?
Well,
He's
it
done
always
lost his
will. It all wears off. Listen,
It's
when you do the same thing over and over and over, you only have 6 months to a year shelf life with it. You have to reinvent yourself, do something new, have new content because people will get bored with it. It becomes the same thing over and over and over.
less. I understand you're saying that Mark used to never be like that. He's been doing that for over a year. When
It's
I
gotten
wasn't doing,
worse though. That's my
it's
point,
gotten
is it's
worse.
gotten worse.
Right. When me and Mark had our falling outs at times, I would be blocked in his channel, and I couldn't type in his channel until we worked out our issues. And it'd be like a month later, I'm unblocked. The next month, I'm blocked, and it's like a game of cat and mouse trying to figure out.
He
Mark
did.
want
I do understand where Les is coming from. Her and that one friend, there was another friend, I forget, Festus, I think it was.
Festus. Yes.
He just turned on a dime. When one friend of his has uh, a conflict with another, he'll choose which friend he wants to, oh, you're the better friend, so I'm going to turn on these other people just because you're mad. He needs to learn to balance. He did that to Les. He made a choice and he booted her out of his life, out of the chat, just because another friend was arguing with her. He can't be doing that
Right.
shit to people. He
He
trashed
can't.
people.
He absolutely does. And Mark can say all he wants that he treats his friends with respect. You don't.
Mm-mm.
The
No.
many times I've been on panel and I've been naive to say the least, because I am very trusting. I lead with my heart. Mark, you have said stuff to me that is vile and messed up, and I give you passes because I'm like, Mark is Mark. I'm I got used to how you treated me. And another thing is that you're acting just like Noodles were. And Mark, I do remember telling you what I told you about what Noodles used to do to me in private. The emotional manipulation, the breakdown of how I went from caring and nice to becoming spiteful at people, yelling on stream, not sleeping, is because I kept trying to hide from my own feelings that I need to deal with. And you need to start dealing with your own stuff instead of deflecting it off on YouTube, deflecting it off of these people. No one caused your life to get messed up except for you. You and your actions caused it.
And I don't know if who's been around here long enough, but a year ago, Quinn versus this past year, Quinn is nothing compared to what a nightmare.
Yeah, we all know how I was.
And I was friends with Quinn during the nightmare years. We talked to him. We've tried explaining things to him. Quinn took it in, accepted it, looked at himself, and has slowly started doing the change over this last year. This is calm Quinn. You guys have no clue. Every time he stepped on a panel, fucking fighting, vicious. Yeah, it was something to behold. This
And
he's calm Quinn now.
look, Karen, he's in bed. But yeah, I'll talk to you later, Ray. Look, I'll say this. When I first came on YouTube and my time in between then and now, oh, I was a fucking I can admit that. I can admit that myself. I was a freaking
You were a
nightmare.
mess. You were a mess. Look, Quinn was up telling, I know you don't like bringing this up, but he was up telling stupid lies. He
Yep.
was, I mean, just about dumb shit that didn't even matter. And big things too, but he was always in a fight somehow. Oh my God. I mean, if you
Yeah,
guys
I
could
kept
really go back and watch some of that content on G's, I'm sure the streams are still up. Ooh, what a nightmare. He's really
right.
taken what his friends have told him, examined himself, and he's really, really worked on it. He may have a few slips here and there. I'm not saying he's perfect. We are human after all. But
Yep.
compared to a daily outburst, way different, way different.
Look, and when I'm at school, I don't come on YouTube looking for drama. You may not see me until the weekend or Friday or whatnot. I'm not really here for it during school time. I want a life. I want to have a successful life where I'm not. It's not like I'm saying that YouTube isn't for me. It works for some people. I want my life in. I want a criminal justice career. I don't want to be on YouTube trying to fight and get money doing drama forever. This is why I do gossip and true crime. I'm actually doing what I love to do. Thank you, G. See, see, G knows.
Hey, G.
Hey, G. Thank you, G.
Much love.
And much love, G.
Hello,
And look,
minions.
and I
Hello,
think this is
side chat.
hello side chat. 41 people. And we've been live for an hour and 5 minutes, and we're gonna keep going for a little bit more longer. This is the longest stream I ever had because I never ended it.
Well, Quinn, have you maybe considered posting the link so others can come up and maybe have something to say about what you've said or their
That's a
opinion?
good
Yes,
idea. That's a good idea.
that's a very good idea because I
No,
realized I've been
no Kimmy K because it's one sided. It's a target for a fight. Uh,
yeah. Look,
it'll derail the whole stream.
if someone wants to come up, you can. Anyone but Kimmy K, because we're not about to be having this argument with her. Nope.
No, because it ends up a screaming match, and I don't need it. I'm not screaming today.
Look, I've been in Zen Quinn mode today.
Well,
Okay.
I'll be honest. I don't want to talk about Mark anymore. I haven't for a few days. I'm done. I'm past it. I don't drag things out, but I wanted to do this with you and support you in it. I don't mind doing it, but really, this probably going to be the last time I have a whole, sit on the stream where it's about Mark. I
Yeah,
didn't go to,
same.
I didn't go to Steve Billings' last few streams because Mark or that Sammy Bo Andy. I just don't have energy for scumbags like that. I'm done with it. I'm not rubbing elbows anymore.
Yep. And I think this is my one and done with Mark. This is my official. This is my official saying that I am done with you, Mark. I am done being used for content. I am done being told, yeah, I'm gonna be back. You know you're gonna be back. I'm not. I have not taken a single link that you sent me, and I never will. I am cutting all friendship ties with you. I don't care if you come groveling back to my knees. I don't want your twisted friendship.
No, my
And if
chances and give as a fucks are gone. I'm done for life.
mhm. And if
It's been
anyone
4 or 5 days since I've clicked on his channel. I've done good. I've totally cut him out now.
look, look, I'm proud of you. And look, if anyone wants to come up and say their piece, you're allowed to.
And I just want to say to my friends, I love you dearly, but please, please trust me when I say I hold no harsh feelings. Please stop sending me clips. I don't care what Mark's saying about me. I don't care what he's saying about anyone. I don't care what he does. If he beats Shane on stream, if he does something else crazy, I don't want to see it. Don't want to know. I'm sorry, but I don't want to know. I don't care. I'm done.
Yep,
Same. I just don't
I
want to
am
be
so.
involved in that. I just literally cannot be involved in that in life. Like, I just can't do that.
Look, I'm all here for it. I am like, I don't want the drama anymore. I am tired.
My best hope out of this, to be honest with you guys, for the friend I thought I used to have, just from one human to another, please, Mark, slow down in the night when you're not on stream and it's not about the show and keeping up appearances and looking like the tough guy. Rewatch this, listen to it, accept it, take it in. You ain't got to admit it to us that you did, but examine yourself and where you are with your mental health and with who you are, and try to make a change for the better. It'll only improve your life. Trust me on that.
Yep. And look, you may not, you may watch this and you decide to tear into me. That's I'm fine with that. I have learned that I don't need to accept your negativity for my own. I'm happy in my life. I have everything I want. I got amazing friends that I will cherish forever.
Yeah, I'd like to see
And
his next group of friends be treated better. Maybe he'll learn.
yeah,
It's
maybe
always a
he'll learn
maybe.
if he is a maybe. Maybe he'll grow from it. Tay's still here.
Yeah, Tay Tay's here.
She's on panels, but she's on mute.
I'm still here, yeah.
I know Mojo said, where's TK gone?
Oh,
Where's Tay going? But like
yeah.
but this is my. I'm happy in my life now. So if Mark wants this, if he wants to do this, you can do as many videos you want of me, Mark. I'm not engaging. Zen Quinn is on a great way of moving on in life. He ain't got time for your petty bullshit. Okay, apparently YouTube is having issues with Demi.
Well, I know last week, at least twice in every stream I was in the side chat, my comment would go like really light gray and then I'd get an error thing at the bottom. So I know YouTube, they've been updating the emojis with the pride emojis and that that does
Miss Amy,
affect
is that
the chat.
you?
Huh?
Miss Amy's backstage. I want to make sure that's her.
Miss
Wait, let me
Amy.
put myself. Yes, look. Okay, let me do solo mode, and
Hello,
then
motherfuckers. What's up? What's up? Do you like my face? Oh.
hey,
It's
Hey,
me.
Miss Amy.
It's me.
look.
Hello.
I just want to make sure because I don't want to get porn because I've been
I
done.
understand. I
That's
understand.
been happening long before.
Yes, I understand.
How you doing, Miss Amy?
Okay,
Doing
wait.
okay.
That's great. I'm. That's okay. That's wait. I'm trying to figure out what's going on because they're saying that none of them can see it.
Yeah, my messages were not showing up because I had two windows open and it was on my phone, but it wasn't on the television. I often put it up on the television and mine weren't. And I
Okay.
wasn't saying
Well,
anything
then
bad.
that means you're blocked then.
No,
You're
because
not Amy. Miss
no,
Amy's not blocked.
it was there before and then it just stopped.
Because now
Okay.
Well, I see nothing wrong with the chat, though.
I see
I was
nothing
gonna
wrong with
say,
it either.
now listen, guys, sometimes when
Troll.
a rogue mod comes in and blocks people, you can see your own comments as you're typing. But if you refresh, go out of the stream, come back in, or try on another device, you will not see your comment up there.
Ah, shoot.
So, Quinn, just a suggestion maybe after the stream or during the stream, go check and make sure people ain't in your blacklist.
I'll definitely make sure
Just
because I
to
know I have
eliminate that as a problem.
Yeah.
right
I
because I know right now because I can see Demi and everyone.
Okay.
Hi J-Lo.
So it's like and Demi's saying that she's not getting an error, but it like disappears 30 times now.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, mine was
Yeah.
doing that last week, the error message. I think it's because of the emojis they're updating.
Oh,
Yep.
maybe.
And
Yeah.
you know, that's weird because I had those emojis for 3 weeks before everyone else finally just got them. I don't understand that.
Very strange.
Yep.
As Steve would say, oh my goodness.
You got eye boogies, buddy. Gross.
Yeah.
Get out of here with them eye boogies.
Oh.
Boogers.
But Amy, did you want to say anything?
I mean, I was a little surprised at how he just came at me and basically was like, well, you've never given me a cent, so blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not obligated, first of all. Second, I don't have a lot of money. And the reason I said that I was done with him is because he said that he had apologized for telling Boston girl Bridget to you know what. And
Yep. I
that
remember that.
he had
Hey, Scout.
apologized. But then he said right after that he didn't give a fuck that he had said that. So I'm like, well, then you're not really sorry then. And that's when I was just cut off. So, oh, puppy.
Big puppy. Big
I
old
thought
puppy.
I thought that was snow all
Hey,
over
Kim.
the road.
I figure I'll turn my cam on, give people something to look at.
Yes. But then the whole thing with Shane, there were a couple of red flags even before all of this where he insulted my mother and I really should have left then. He
And
basically,
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
thank you. It wasn't a huge thing that he said, but it really bothered me, and I really should have just left then. He basically, we had been chatting, and then all of a sudden he just kind of said, well, I bet your mother beat you all the time when you were younger. And I'm like, excuse me? And
See, that's fucked up.
yeah, I shut him up pretty quick. I said, you do not talk about my mother. You do not know what she is going through right now. I don't know why I left, that I didn't leave then, other than the fact that I tend to be a very forgiving person, but it's to a point, you know.
Right.
And what he did to Shane,
Hey, chat. It's messed up.
it is.
And like, I didn't even know I didn't know he said that to you until I think I remember someone said inside that he went after Miss Amy's mom.
Yeah,
I think you no, you also told me that.
I think I did. I think I'd sent
Yeah,
you a message.
yes, you sent me a
I
message on Google Chat about it,
yeah,
and I was appalled.
yeah. Uh, you can go after me. You know, I can mostly take it, but do not talk about my mother in that way, because she is the sweetest person on this planet, and she's never ever raised a hand against me. Not ever. She didn't have to, because she just knew how to discipline us with her words.
Right.
So
And
again,
Mark,
I don't know why I didn't leave then, but
I, and look, and that's Mark. I think that's Mark's thing. Mark will say weird things, and
yeah.
then he'll act like he was joking.
Yes, or it was a
And
character, or because he went
it was
after. It was a character, and he called me sugar tits one time, and he also was commenting on my breast size, which I was really, really uncomfortable with. I'm like, don't do that.
oh, that's
That
that's
was
messed
ages
up.
ago.
But that
And
still,
yeah,
that's just gross. You don't go, oh,
it's not welcome. I don't want comments like that. I feel really gross. But again, I've moved on from that. But like,
right.
there's
But I
just so
still
many
don't
things that
understand.
he's done and said to everyone, to so many people, that I'm just like, dude, I don't know what happened to you, but you
I
really
feel
need to get help. If he says that, oh, he does these things without thinking, and it gets really bad, I'm like, well, then why don't you get some help on it?
yeah, I think this is his problem. I think after Tracy left him, he feels scorned. He feels like Tracy should have stayed for better or worse, and Tracy moved on. Is trying to live her life in peace. I think Mark feels like he was left behind. I think Mark is thinking to himself that if Tracy truly loved me, she would have stayed. And he has this vendetta, I think, against women. Who is this? Oh, it's Miss Amy. She's back.
Sorry
Hey, hey.
about that. I pressed an X, and I pressed done, and it got me out of
Oh,
there.
yes.
Hold
Yes, that's what I used to do that a lot, is always hit it.
on.
I always used to hit that leave button, and as then it kicks you right out.
Yep. Okay. Yes, J Love, I would suggest that he do that, but of course, it probably would cost money. But I mean, it's money well spent, because Jesus, like,
I agree.
I agree.
if he's
But
got
you,
PTSD and he's got all these things, I have PTSD from watching Dad die, but I'm getting help. You know,
right.
I'm
Yeah,
working with a trauma specialist.
exactly. That's
Mhm.
exactly what I did after a couple, like about a year or so ago. I got into like not PTSD. What is it? Like grief therapy.
Yes,
Yep.
Yep, immediately helped me out so much. It still is.
exactly.
Look, I mean, my whole entire life, I've been surrounded by death of losing family members. And my mom's death was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
It's awful.
And I'm still in therapy for it
Yes,
because in some parts of days I'm fine. I don't have problems. But then there's days where I just lay in bed. I just want to stay there all night, all day, and don't want to do nothing.
exactly.
And the
I
thing
mean,
is,
when we lose people, it's awful. But when it's a parent, it's so much different.
right?
Like
Because then
yeah. Sorry.
you just feel like, what's the point of doing something in life if they're not here? And I think I have cut off saying I would never get married, I won't have kids, because at that point, I just feel like there's no point in me having kids or getting married.
Well,
I just don't.
you're still in your 20s, so
I'm
there's
still in my. I am still in my 20s,
yeah.
but I know family members are like, "Oh, so Quinn, when you gonna find that special person and then like in your future start having kids?" I'm like, "No, I'm not,"
It's none your
because
business.
no, I will never say that to them. I just say,
No,
look,
no, I
I'm
know.
not comfortable with it
Yeah.
because I think they know my mom's death has deeply affected me. Where I've said on occasions, I don't want to have kids.
Right. Right.
Aw. Wish I could give you a hug.
No, I mean
Aw.
it's fine.
I won't
I've worked.
I won't be one of
I mean,
those people that says never say never because it's like it's okay to not want to have kids, people. Okay.
right, right. And look, I'm gonna say this. Probably one day in the future, I'll change my mind about not wanting to have kids. I may want a kid in the future. I look talking and looking at kids on YouTube, seeing these sorts of kids on YouTube and Instagram has made me change my mind and say I want to have a kid in the future, but not like right now.
Right.
Probably like I don't know, like almost 10. When I get into my 30s and I have enough money and I have finances,
Yeah.
I might.
That's
But
what
like,
Judge Judy always says. You have to make sure that you're physically, financially, and mentally capable of having children. So,
right. And unless you're right, even when Tracy was there, I remember there was a thing where he said that he was sending texts to these women when he was with Tracy, these sexual texts,
oh no.
and Tracy was with him,
Oh
and
no.
it was appalling at times. 'Cause I'm like, you're married. Tracy wouldn't do that to you.
No, and he would be yelling and screaming in the bed where she was trying to get some sleep because she had to go to work the next morning.
Right. And there was one time she asked him, "Hey, can you stop yelling? I'm trying to sleep." He made her get on the he made her kicked her out the bed and made her go sleep on the couch.
Wow.
Instead of you going and being like, you know what, honey, yes, let me go ahead and get off stream so you can sleep. He told her to go sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Let that be me. Let you tell me to go sleep on the couch. You sleeping outside the house.
Right.
You can go sleep in your car and go somewhere else because I'm not about to deal with it.
Good night, Mojo.
Night,
Um,
Mojo. Love you.
I yeah, I just think that he's going down a dangerous road now because of what
Hmm.
I just think that he's
Yeah.
self-destructing.
Yeah, I agree.
I just
I so agree. I think Mark is on this path of I want people to feel bad for me. You will feel bad for me. He's going to play any card he can get.
yeah.
And he's trying to get the symphony card. My friends have left me. I don't have it. I don't have any friends. Well, Mark, if you treat your friends respectfully and you don't treat us like we're punching bags or your personal telenovela drama shows, you'll probably still have friends.
Yeah.
Your friends wouldn't be saying they're done with you and they don't want nothing to do with you.
I know someone. I've been in some choral societies here in my city, and there's someone there, and she has a heart of gold underneath, but she is so miserable to the point where she had to be in the hospital for some kind of infection. One person visited her, and it was a minister that she knows.
Oh, jeez.
One.
Yeah.
None of her family, no friends. She
Good night.
wants friendship. She's lonely, but she is so cantankerous and just it's like you're not gonna if you want friends you have to be a little bit nice.
Right.
But
And
I've
look,
seen
maybe,
I've seen the niceness in her before come through a little bit, and I'm like, why can't you just do
and and look, she may see that and she may reflect back and be like, you know what? Now I understand why everyone says the things they say.
yeah.
Because to me, I think Mark may look at this stream and realize that the reason we left is because of how he treated us.
Yeah.
And Mark may decide that he wants to change for the best.
I would
And if
hope
Mark,
that. I don't know.
I hope so.
I
I
mean, I
hope
left
Mark,
because I'm like, I can't be around this. Like, he called you
well,
that name that I'm not going to
the
repeat it.
baboon,
Yeah. Whichever one it was, baboon or buffoon, he still referred to the color black.
right?
You know,
And look,
I
and
can't be around someone like that. I'm sorry. Like, it's just.
I can't either. And I know people are gonna be like, "Well, Quinn, you're making this racial." No, Mark made it racial by saying things he shouldn't have been saying.
Yeah.
Him calling someone the N word with a hard R over and over again. Him doing it at Jake's. Me, the guy that he met with Camilla with at a restaurant. Maybe this is the Mark side of Mark that we all just didn't want to see. Mark was, I think this is Mark's true personality. He's a narcissist and he's racist.
Mm,
Think about it. As many times as I promoted his channel on my channel in my stream, he only promoted me once.
right.
And I had to ask if I can promote myself on his channel.
Yeah.
So no, I don't feel bad that I left. I'm glad I left. I'm glad I have known my worth and say that I will never go back there.
Right.
Because in my mindset, Mark doesn't care about any of us in a way that he will learn to evolve himself in a way. Mark will do Mark's shenanigans until either he's arrested or his channel is basically in the ground. He has nothing left to come up to.
Right. And
And
the
when
fact
that
that
happens,
the fact that he, sorry to interrupt, the fact that
no,
he
you're fine.
admitted to driving drunk, I'm like, no, that's it. I cannot
Right,
associate with someone who does that in this day and age where we all know that it's really stupid to do that.
right. Even I know it's dumb. And I sat there when he did that and I was appalled. I'm like, what the fuck? This is not the Mark that I I thought this was the Mark that I knew. I don't even know who this Mark is.
Yeah.
For you to go drunk, to get your drinking, and him saying, "Well, it was moonshine and water." No, that was moonshine, and moonshine will fuck you up in your way of driving. And I lost respect for him at that point. I have family members who have been drunk driving. I've had friends who've done that and got into car accidents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I don't want to be around that. And for Mark to do that, I can't. And I will never will.
And someone I know from high school unalived themselves. So when I hear him saying something like that and not being sorry about it, saying that he didn't give a fuck that he said it.
Well, that's the big thing I'm catching right now with Mark. So after everything's been said and done and all their friends have left, he has not only lied on us and taken everything said and done, twisted it to his narrative to say we lied and tricked him and blah, blah, blah. He's downplayed the Shane thing like it's acceptable and it's fine because he does it to him all the time. I mean, his actions after tell me who he is, who he
Yes.
exactly is.
I agree. Hey,
Dateline.
Candy Cat.
Yes, I did say fuck. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
He said,
Wait, what
Miss
happened?
Amy cussed.
Yeah, it's rare. I don't think I've ever heard you cuss before.
Look,
Fucking fuck.
I heard you say curse. I heard you say that. I'm like, wait, Miss Amy. I'm like, oh, Miss Amy. I'm like, I thought my side of myself was rubbing off on you. I'm like, yes, Miss
I've heard
Amy is
her cuss.
cursing.
I've also heard her talk a little sexual a couple times.
I
Oh,
have as well. I'm like,
Oh
oh
my
my
god.
god. I'm like,
Oh.
Amy, we are provoked. We have changed you for the best. We're over here like, come join us. Join us in the way of cursing. You know you want to. You know you want to join us in the way of cursing, and you have joined
Oh
us, and I am proud of
baby.
you.
Oh baby.
There we go, Amy. There we go.
Baby. Baby.
Push it.
I
Magda,
personally
are you
don't want to
serious,
change
Magda?
Miss Amy. I want to keep her sweet.
Look, I want Miss Amy to be sweet and pure.
Yeah.
I want her. Look,
Oh,
the rest of us are degenerates.
I know, right? Like I'm the worst. I think. Like literally look at my
Oh my,
profile picture. I am a bad influence.
Info.
oh my god,
Yeah,
oh my god, Taylor. Look, you're not the one over here
that's my
who's.
breakfast every day.
Look, you now, Taylor. You know you're not as bad as me. Look, You're not even better than me. I'm over here saying
Batter?
people. You're not. Yeah, I mean, you're not as bad. You're not a bad influence, unlike me. I'm over here cursing,
Oh, I have such good
and
followers now.
and most people already have gotten my picture of myself. I got at one point I think I got naked on Abe's panel, which is I got the video clip of that. Oh God, I I think at this point I think YouTube knows. I think most people on YouTube know my. It is a shame because most people know my body. It's just like, oh yes,
I mean,
you.
I don't consider you bad. I really don't.
No.
Oh my God, yes. Wait, Jaleb says real life quit at my work.
My work.
Look, I'm over here like this is my person. This is what I like to do. I like to have fun, and
Yeah.
I think me shutting Mark off is letting me actually have fun and not worry about Mark and his freaking rules. Well, technically,
Yeah.
Mark can't control what happens over here.
Well, no.
This ain't his panel.
Puppy.
Yes.
Look at
But
that.
I love you all. This has been an amazing stream.
It has been.
We
It has.
it's been productive. We have 36 members in the chat.
Woohoo.
It's been an hour, 33 minutes, and 3 seconds.
Look at that.
You know that's longer than it's ever been.
Oh, Magda says, wait. Wait, Quinn.
Yes. Yes.
What does Magda have to share? Let's see.
Oh my God! Wait, is Magda gonna come up on panel?
I don't think. Maybe.
I would die. I'd be like, oh my God, finally. I get to meet her for the first time because I haven't gotten to talk to her yet.
Look, I'm about to say it.
Magda says, please announce that Noodles lied on me in case someone believed it be it. Look, nothing
Yes,
Noodles says
Noodles
I
lied.
will believe.
Look, Noodles lied on several of us. He
Yes.
lied on Magda and hoped that a ball will blow her up,
Right.
which is threatening someone else's life. He told a lie that Steve believed that I stole the idea from him when he called me gossip bitch. I call myself gossip bitch because I like to gossip, and sometimes I can be a bitch.
Right.
Wait,
He's
what
an
did you-
asshole.
I've seen all JLo's messages. I don't understand what's going on. Like, are other people having this issue with YouTube? Because mine went through and have been going through just perfectly fine.
I've seen. Look, I've gone on the YouTube side. I see all her comments. I don't
Me
know what's
too.
going on.
I see all her comments on the YouTube side because I have the chat
I do
popped out,
too.
and I see them
I
on the StreamYard side.
Yep. I don't know what's going on. I don't get it.
So weird.
But
Yeah.
it's weird. Thank you, Demi, because I see your comment. But
Yeah.
yes, Magda
I think you're
Noodles
getting
Noodles lied on you so much, and
Definitely.
I'm appalled that anyone believed that BS. I never believed it in the first place.
I would never believe it
Wait.
for a second.
So my Dateline said that her messages aren't going through. Wow, I wonder if it's like just a phone thing because
Oh
I'm
my
on my
God.
computer, and
Maybe it's
I
a
wonder, is it just a phone thing or what? I don't know, but sorry that happened to y'all.
yes. Look,
Wow.
Magda says very mature stuff, so I really do believe that Magda is responsible and she is
Absolutely.
an adult.
Yeah,
Think
some
about it.
people thought it was a rogue mod earlier, but no, I don't think you would have
No.
a rogue mod. You have all trusted friends as your mod. So
Yeah.
anybody that was blocked by you was
Yeah.
blocked by you out of your own volition. But I don't know about the connection issue though, because
Right.
mine are going through, but then my Dateline said hers weren't, and then JLo said hers weren't, and then who else? I don't know who else
I
said
think
that they
Demi.
were having an issue. Wasn't it
Right.
Fupa that
Demi.
said this happened the other
Kim, I
week?
can see you. Yeah.
Or Demi,
Can we
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Kim,
Okay.
I can see you. I can see
Yes,
like
last
this is
week,
weird.
the whole week I had issues where it was airing
Oh.
out all my comments.
God.
Shit.
I had to type
Look,
everything 5 times.
That's
Look,
weird.
I see everyone. So I don't know what's going on.
Me
Demi's
too.
on her computer.
Okay.
And look,
Huh. So it's not a difference between
I,
the computer and phones then.
it's not. I don't know what it is. And I know in my mind list I have trusted people
Right.
Yeah,
who
because
wouldn't block anyone.
you can see who
'Cause-
blocked it too on your side.
right. I can see who blocked it. And I know the only person who's been hidden or was taken out was Kimmy K.
Right.
And that person, I requested that she get removed because she wasn't doing nothing but derailing conversation.
Okay.
But no one else has been getting timed out.
Yeah,
That's weird.
I don't see anybody getting timed out. But I don't think it's a timeout thing. I think that one person got blocked and then a couple of other people are having connection issues. But
Maybe.
it could be just because YouTube's updating because of all the apps, or not the apps, the emojis, and they're probably getting ready to do one of their 2 times a year updates. I think they do, right? 2
Oh my
times.
God. I agree, Demi. Must be annoying to have to retype everything. God. Change your settings in the live stream because if you have it set differently, YouTube will block comments.
Really?
Yeah. She's flocking with Mark.
Everybody in the stream thank Toko for entertaining them with visuals.
Toko.
Look at him.
He's been given the visuals of the stream.
Yes. Look at him jumping around.
Poor guy. My pit bull won't play with balls. He's a tug of war. He only plays rope.
I know what the problem was. And I have in my settings for YouTube, I have whole potential inappropriate comments for review.
Oh.
I think that's what it was.
Oh.
So let's see. So maybe that's what happened. I forgot I set that. So hopefully everyone can be able to type.
Yes.
JLo, you should not be texting and driving.
No.
She's using
no,
voice to text. I heard her say earlier
Wait.
she's using voice to text, so she's not technically using her fingers. So there's that.
Right.
No, she's not. Oh wait, no, she said driving me nuts. Retyping.
She's
Okay,
not actually driving.
Wait, who was using voice to text earlier then? Because I saw it in the chat.
Oh, Demi.
No.
It wouldn't let me. Oh, it wouldn't let me say hello, hi, G, Mark, disappear. What?
Oh shoot.
Okay. Let me check. Let me.
You can't say hello because it has the word hell in it. I don't know.
Wait. Oh no. Oh. I know what happened. I know. What are the block words? Oh my God! Wait. One of the one of the words are just now I know why she can't say G. One
Oh
of the
my
blocked
god!
words is so
What the fuck, Quinn?
What's the block word?
G. Because you know how people would spell the N word.
Oh
I like
no!
block all
Oh
I blocked out all the words.
He put G as the blocked word, so then oh god, what if he came in here and he was to be told hello and he never knew because of the fucking blocked letter?
Just say mangoes, I guess.
Look, just say,
Mangoes.
just say mangoes at him. I just
Exactly,
I
Jello. The
just
no words. Have you seen that video of that cat that goes no 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 no
Yeah.
no no no?
Yes, yes. Look, here's this video that I've been looking at where this no Frenchie dog has to go to bed, and the dog's like talking back. It's like.
Good lord.
And and when he said the owner says go to bed, it's like blah 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 blah.
God.
She was in here earlier.
It's all your fault, Quinn. He's in hysterics. I love it.
Wait, that's so sad. Actually,
You were blaming you two. It was me. God. Oh my.
that's so sad.
I know.
Okay, let me take out all. I'll literally take out. I put N E A F O. Oh my god.
A B C.
I put most of the alphabets in here.
We're banning all 26 letters, ladies and
We're separating all 26 letters except for Q.
Yes.
I'm trying not. I was trying not to pee for myself. That's how I'm laughing right now. Because when there's like most of my comments are disappearing, I'm not thinking in my head to look at my community moderation words. Quinn's
Right.
head goes into the bloods and alphabet. Ooh, Kat says, Amy, did you get the channel I sent you? That's my happy channel.
I have looked and looked and looked all over my channel and
Taylor.
I cannot find it.
J-Lo says her hand is literally hurting from trying to type. What the fuck? That's
I am so
sad.
sorry to anyone that had to retype over and over again. At this point now, I've been yelling at YouTube. YouTube's looking at me like, "You really want to do this?
Right.
You really want to blame me right now? You're live on me. Do you really want to test me? I'm sorry,
Right.
YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, side chat. I forgot I had put block words. I literally put I put the spelling of the M word with the hard R in there, and I put I put the word and each letter in there. I forgot that G was a part of that.
Well, yes.
Oh my god!
Cheap Seats says 24335. So I mean, Cheap, if you have seen
Wait,
the show
what?
Lost, you could say 4815 15 16 23 42, and then that would be
I love you, Kim. I'll call you tomorrow.
Bye, Kim.
Bye, Kim. I love you. I'm just like, I cannot believe it. People were trying to type and they're like, we can't type, and it's me who set letters that should not be banned words, but are banned words by some point, and
Yeah.
they hit. Oh my god! I gotta tell G this later. I'm like, G. Debbie was trying to say hi to you, but it wouldn't let her because the letter G was in there.
Right.
Love you, buddy.
That's
I love
weird
you.
that it's
I
just
love
the
you too, Kim.
letter. It's so strange.
It's the letter. So like I think the G that I had was lowercase, so I don't know why it capitalized G was also taken out.
I mean, Kim Fisher wrote a thing. I'm glad you had a good stream. So like that's 2G, unless it's just the letter G itself.
I think it's by the letter G itself. I think that's it. I think I said hey G. I saw someone else say hey G, and I think someone said hey G.
Let me
I
see.
don't know.
I just wrote hey G.
Well, Well,
Oh,
I
it's
think
coming up.
mods can still use the words on the no list, right?
Right.
I
Just
think
everyone
so.
else can.
Oh, that makes sense then why I
Everyone,
was able to say it. You know?
yes,
That
that's how
went
you
through
were
there.
able to say. Yes,
Well,
so
I was
everyone,
confused as fuck. I was like, what is
there
even
you
going
go,
on?
Amy. There we
Well, this is
go.
the thing. People will be like, "G's not here. What's she saying?" And I'm like, "I'm testing it."
We're testing it, okay? We now know what's going on. So right now, moderators are able to say the word. Regular members cannot. Quinn is an idiot. This is how we're just gonna sum it up. Quinn's
Oh
trigger
no.
block word, then start a whole fucking uproar against YouTube,
Oh
and it was
god.
Quinn's fault.
Eddie Murphy was in this film that wasn't very well received, but I love it. And he referred to himself as G because he was kind of like a god. It was called
Yes,
Holy Man. I love that
yes,
film.
holy man.
Oh.
So he
Yes,
was
I
just
remember
G.
this.
My
Yes,
ex-boyfriend, my oldest son's dad, his nickname was G-Man.
Right.
I had a boyfriend was his name was was his nickname was G.
G.
God damn it. I can't even think. Great. Oh God, I'm about to cry in him. I feel so bad. I feel so
Oh.
bad for all of the side chats who's like, what the hell? We're trying to type G. We see G. We're trying to say hi to G. We can't say hi.
Well,
Oh
I
man.
would have been fine because I always say mangoes usually.
There you
You
go.
said mangoes. J-Love,
Mangoes.
no, you're fine. No one was mad at you. It was the
No.
freaking block. It was Quinn and his paranoia with block words that got him in trouble.
Uh,
Like, I feel like Quinn, I feel like the world's just gonna look at me and be like, I feel like people are just staring at me like, yeah,
Quennifer.
Quinn, you had one job. One
Exactly.
job. And you can't even do that right. I'm like, I mean, I could
Yes.
do it. I messed. I apologize to anyone that thought that they were blocked. You were not blocked. Quinn is just a paranoid person.
Uh, I saw a film where there was a cat named Sassy. It was called Homeward Bound. The two dogs and the cat, and Sally Field voiced Sassy, and they were trying to get home. They were
Yes,
lost. Such a freaking
they were.
sad film. Oh,
I
Shadow.
feel so. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for you, side chat. I apologize. See, this is where we can have fun and laugh at ourselves.
Exactly.
I'm over here like, what the like when Taylor when you said Quinn, I can see their comments. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I finally, and when she said G, I looked at my blog words and letter G was there. I'm like, God damn it. I'm
Oh
like,
man.
God bless it. Quinn, you and your paranoia with the M word being used and the F word.
I mean,
You didn't stop.
that's fair to be, with
It's
those
fair.
words, but
It's fair with those words. But for me to just put the letters, put the spell out the letters for it, I was like, I can't. This this
uh,
stream has been amazing.
it has.
Oh, oh God, I'm about to cry myself. I'm about.
J Love says
Look,
thank you for the blue dress.
you're welcome, J Love. You look better in blue than gray. It brings out your eyes. It brings it. Look. Blue brings out my eyes, and I have
Hmm.
brown eyes.
Yes,
But
blue
look,
goes with
I
about everything. I think.
look. Yes, look. I'm about to text you right now and be like, G. Look. I think G's watching. Hey,
Well, I
G.
saw him in the chat earlier, so
I saw him in the chat earlier, but I'm gonna be
yeah.
like,
I think
wait, did
he
I
said
give?
something like "best stream you've ever had, Quinn,"
Yes, best
which I
stream ever. This
agree.
is
Yeah.
yes, but
Yes.
I love yes, but I love you all.
Love you
Thank
too.
you, Fupa, Taylor, Amy, for popping up.
You're welcome.
This is one of my best streams ever. I did not have to shut it down in less than 30 minutes.
You're welcome.
Thank you, side
And
chat.
thank you, Side Chat, and you'll see. I'll probably be live next Saturday.
That would be great.
Because I may have a new true crime show. I may have a new crime thing that happened that is recent.
Yes.
It happened in Oklahoma City.
Oh my. Okay. Hey, Jesus, J-Lo.
Yeah, see?
Anyway.
Now we can test it. See you next time. Love y'all.
Love you.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.